Here by establishing 3 expectations, which I will tell you more about later. Want to meet some of our amazing students and their teachers. As you may know, Mark of music in our schools, where we emphasize the importance of music education for our children. And this is the art, where we celebrate visual art education. Since seeing and hearing is way better than me talking, we're going to begin with our students showcasing some of the art that they have made this year. I would like to introduce Karen Bellotti, our art teacher, and the students who will show you some of the art they have made for this school year.
Thank you. So welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you here to share with us and see what your children are learning, creativity that they are making in the arts. So on behalf of myself, my name is Karen Familetti. I'm the art education specialist here. And Mr. Mason is our instrumental music specialist, and Ms. Kapusta over here, our music education instructor. So thank you for coming out and letting our students share our art with you. For visual arts, we have a board here that has a project up for each grade is K through 4. So if you have not come up close to the board yet, I invite you to do so before you leave. We also have a photo collection of some of our artists of the month that we use in the classroom to help spark creativity and to see what other art is happening around the world across different cultures and different times of the years and how we're learning about art through that. So I'd like to share with you, I have 5 of our student artists here, and their art is up on display, and they're going to share with you a little bit of their insight into their creative minds. Okay, so first we have 2nd graders, and 2nd graders made these beautiful masks in 2nd grade. So this is Lauren. You're going to tell us about the color you chose for your mask versus the green and yellow one. Can you tell us about your choice of color? Thank you, Lauren. Something the first time doesn't come out the way you want it, try something again, and eventually get something that is you envision it to be. Okay? So now we have a Dugo. And Dugo has a colorful person in the center. Dugo, can you tell us about the colors and the items that you chose to put on your mask?
So I like colors and it's bright and beautiful. I also used better because it reminds me of parents.
They use things from their own mind and their own things that they love, and that's how they can choose some of the materials they're going to use to create their art. So then we have the Vinti, and the Vinti's mask is over here. The Vinti, you have a lot of different embellishments in yours, pom-poms and sequins. Tell us a little bit about your mask.
I added sequins because it's colorful and shiny, and I like the colors on it. And I added the feathers because I like the colors and how soft it is. And I added pom-poms because it's very colorful. And for the sequins, I added it like on the top of my mask and on the bottom.
Beautiful. I have a couple of 3rd graders, and in 3rd grade we studied stained glass art. And we were trying to recreate that in the art room without using glass. So we used plastic sheets and tinfoil, different colored markers to make it look like stained glass. So Peter, tell us the name of your artwork. They gave their artwork a title. Tell us the name of your artwork, and you're going to tell us how you created it.
class. I caught colors in black markers, blue lines, and red directions. And the boy drew that covered up in colors.
And same subject, now we have Jagir. Jagir, tell us the name of your artwork. Please.
The name of my artwork is The Shattered Rainbow. I wanted this artwork to be colorful and to inspire others who like to do art. I also like the flower art, and I tried to add an equal amount of each color of my artworks.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you all.
These students, that was wonderful. They are, artists, I have to say, great artists. Next, I would like to introduce our instrumental music teacher, Ms. Third grade.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for this is the this is the orchestra, the instrumental part of our the arts. We have our third grade orchestra. They have chosen. They have been playing. Some of them started in September, and some of them started in January. And they have made so much progress. So we want to showcase that for you today. Our first song is. Thank you. Open String Samba. And Chris Booth is not only an excellent teacher, but she's a great pianist. She's going to accompany us with this song and the next one. So if you enjoy Open String Samba. Capitalize on the applause. Wasn't that awesome? Next, we have our John Adams Chamber Orchestra. So Chamber Orchestra is a small group of orchestra members. These students learn an extra song, and of course, If they learn, they want to show it to you all. So this is our Diamond Chamber Orchestra playing Brunswick Rock again in the Thank you again to Mr. Busta. And another applause for our chamber. Our last song for the evening will feature the retired Rick Orchestra playing Twinkle Twinkle. I think you will recognize it. Hear me on the piano. That's Mr. Busta with
Thank you, Mr. Langston, so much. I'd love to introduce Stephanie, our local music teacher, and our
Everyone, I'm Miss Lucia, and I'm the general local music teacher here at John Adams. Well, Miss Lucia and I had our very last concert, our beginners concert in March of 2020. And so this is a great beginning to being back. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. When we were doing our beginners concert back in 2020, we actually had fifth graders at our school. And so our beginners were actually our third graders, which you saw right here in our orchestra. But this year, our fourth graders have moved, and so now the beginners are second graders. So this is the 10th grade guy. Here's those things for you tonight. They have two songs.
If you would like to, you can bring the truck up in a couple of minutes and put it in the cafeteria. As soon as you see the roll go in, and then you can go to the. You want to so much for coming. I didn't want to say that out loud. She's sitting with my son. My son is, thank you so much. Thank you. So in my head, I had a picture that I would be saying this with a whole bunch of people in here, so I'm just gonna skip a little bit ahead. All right, so I'm just gonna tell you a few more things about John Adams. Obviously, what you saw is why we are here for our students, but and this is all about students also. We work hard to infuse character education into each day. We speak about the pillar of the month. This month is citizenship, and that includes digital citizenship, which is exceptionally important in this day and age. And on our twice weekly morning announcements, Mrs. Stearns, Cummings, and I do, we really wanted to do live stream meetings. I don't know, we couldn't get it to work. I got it to work at Legal Blizzard, could not get it to work this year. So we record our announcements twice a week, and we talk about the pillar, and we talk about, how students, they can't just know citizenship, because then that kind of sounds like, well, I'm an American citizen, I'm a citizen of this country, they don't understand what that encompasses. So we tell them how they can use that pillar in their real lives, and that's what part of the morning announcements is about. Now that ties into our PBIS initiative. PBIS is positive behavioral interventions and supports. I'm sure you've heard of it, many schools do it. And it's an evidence-based framework to positively affect student outcomes every day. And the general PBIS framework was already part of our 3 school expectations. That's be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. That sort of encompasses everything we do in the school. Everything we do goes underneath those 3 things. And we have 2 teachers, they are not here tonight, but Mrs. Carter and Mr. Bryan wanted a tangible school-wide incentive. So students receive a Jaguar box, every Jaguar, for demonstrating above and beyond behavior. 2 of our teachers, and I just said Mrs. Carter and Mr. Bryan, along with our dean, Mrs. Cummings, handled all aspects of the system, including reviewing the guidelines for PBIS with the staff, surveying the staff, planning a prize part, and making weekly congratulatory announcements. I just wanted to know that one of the prizes was lunch with the principal, and I had more fun than that little girl did. It was just not put the tablecloth on the table, we ate lunch, but then she said, "Can I write on your whiteboard?" And I said, "Yes." And she wrote 5 plus 3, she's in 1st grade, 5 plus 3 equals 8, 3 plus 5 equals 8, and then she said, "They are the same even when you switch the numbers again." I really did have more fun, I think, than she did. And so I also want to mention another thing that everybody talks about, but it is so important, is social emotional learning. We knew that with everybody returning to in-person learning this year, we would have, there'd be kind of issues. And, truthfully, there have been some issues. We're working on everything. But SEL, or social emotional learning, positively affects educational equity by establishing excellent school, family, community partnership. The community part has been, a struggle for the last few years, but that's why I'm so happy to see everybody here. I feel like we're back in the swing of things. We are happily looking forward to a more normal spring with the hopes of continued health improvement. We were at a meeting today and the nurse gave us a nice positive memo. They looked at us and said to us, Mr. Soroka, we have this many student COVID cases. You probably know that. Right? So we know that academic learning right now can be a struggle because kids, we didn't realize this morning we practiced for this. We invited the first grade to watch the practice, and we realized those first graders had never done something like this before. So we did wiggly, they didn't know what they were waving to people, and one of the teachers went over and I said, "It's okay. They're not disrupting anybody. They have to learn. We have to learn too that there are things that they don't know, and then we just have to teach them, and we will get there." Last Friday, you probably know this also was International Social Emotional Learning Day. It's the third year that's been international, but I believe that Governor Murphy made it like this year. And we did a lot of fun, interesting kinds of things such as yoga, breathing exercises, music and dance, and guided meditation. Social emotional learning is not a one-day affair though, John Adams. We've been promoting social and emotional learning all year. And we began this year with an outdoor, because we couldn't be inside, we had an outdoor kickoff assembly in the fall for the beginning of the school year, and it went really well, right? It was really good, right? And we have also been working really hard to make up for lost academic time by running morning programs where we offer students extra help in math and language arts, and we also have an after-school tutoring program. Teachers in their classrooms, because that's really where everything happens, work, with whole group, sometimes small group, and a lot of times individual conferences or working with children to focus on certain things. So those are just a few of what I think are the great things that are going on at John Adams. I thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you today, and I welcome you all back. And mostly, thank you so much for your support. I don't know if you know this, but I live in North Brunswick. My children went through North Brunswick schools. My son has a degree in music composition. And my daughter, last year, at veterinary school in London. So I know you know this, but this school system does wonderful things for our children, and I am happy to be part of it as a principal and also as a resident. So thank you so much.
Mrs. Kingsley, on behalf of the board, we've been Stern and Mrs. Cummings, on behalf of the board, we just really want to thank you for bringing our students out tonight with their families. Honestly, the joy on people's faces, both the parents and the students and your teachers, was wonderful to see. We waited 2 years to see that, and the rounds were incredible. The strings, some of these kids just started playing a few months ago. That's incredible. And, we love celebrating the arts. So thank you so much for, bringing that back to us, and letting us see that. Because the students are why we're here. And as a board, that reminds us about the work that we're here to do every day. We're working long nights in meetings and looking at budgets and trying to figure out what we're doing. The work that you guys do day in and day out with the children is why we're here to help them grow and become vets or musicians or whatever it is they want to do. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Board, I just want to make a note, actually, before I we are covering
Maybe on this. It's great to be back. I haven't been in this school in a very long time, and to see some familiar faces from when I was here a couple of months ago is really just an honor. So I want to thank you guys, especially Mrs. Kingsley.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you again for having us back in person, see the students and how much joy they have, and being able to, number one, be around everybody, to showcase, the talents. It's always a treat for us to come see, see the work that's being done and We know that it's an adjustment period, set for some students that past few years, this is all they know, right? So even second graders, it's an adjustment for them, it's brand new, and for some of the younger students, just getting back. So, we know that there's a lot of work, and we're confident. Board, I just want to make a note that we are actually changing, or should say, switching items 6 and 7. The 6 will now be our reports. So, Rover learning old for new business. And the student and committee report is ready. Now, which was item 6. Mr. LaPorte, would you mind reading that?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll move to approve the appointment of the following personnel pending state mandated certification and background check as listed on new item 7A.
Mr. Brockman.
Yes.
Mr. Duran Harris.
Yes.
Ms. James.
Yes.
Ms. Keith.
Yes.
Mr. Lebori.
Yes.
Dr. Patel. Ms. Toth.
Yes.
Mr. Wen.
Yes.
And Ms. Sullivan.
Yes.
The motion has been accepted.
Thank you. At this time, we'll open up to public session. If anyone would like to speak and address the board, we just ask that you come up to the podium, say your name and sign. That's all right. Seeing that there are none, we have a motion to close the public.
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? We have this session.
And may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are closed and we are adjourned.
Yes.